Yeah, that's right, Manistee, Michigan. The Bahamas were great, and I enjoyed that journey. It was epic, but I also want to do some sailing this summer and avoid the hurricane season in Florida. So where to do that? Well, I could go to the Northeast, Maine. I could go to the Northwest, Seattle, Puget Sound, BC. That's on my list for the future. Or the Great Lakes. So I'm headed to Canada. What is it about British Commonwealth countries that attract me? I have no idea. The Bahamas first, now Canada. We're headed to the North Channel, and we are in Manistee, Michigan. This is a great place. It's an old lumber town filled with old historic houses. Old historic, I think that's redundant. Maybe not. There are old houses and historic houses. Not all of the old houses are historic, right? So it's a cool marina. It's a beautiful marina. And as you know, I think, I got into Muskegon, trucked the boat up. That was great. It was one of the best decisions I ever made in my life. I saved a ton of time there. And by this time, I hope I've put together a good video about how to truck your boat to where it needs to go. And then there's Stir Crazy. The summer I started out, I had to cut through the Erie Canal to get from the Great Lakes to the ocean, but I didn't make the Erie Canal schedule and had to store my boat for the winter near Niagara Falls. So I had to stop by while I'm in the neighborhood. I would not have incurred that cost on my way back, but one of the benefits of stopping was what I learned from my good friend Glenn.
The temperature went up.
It did.
So it's getting a reading from that on the temperature line.
So we've got one function
that's talking back to here.
Yeah. My point is that getting to the Great Lakes from the ocean was going to be every bit as expensive as getting to the ocean from the Great Lakes, without even considering the potential for breakdowns or damage.
Things that go bump in the night. I would not want to hit that. That's bad news.
The bottom line is that the $13,000 I spent having the boat trucked up from Florida was likely less expensive than if I had to make the journey again by water. And it saved me a ton of time so I could enjoy a great summer. And there's a breakdown of those expenses in the description of this video. Yeah, nice Grand Banks, eh? I'll be saying a lot, I think, heading up to Canada. Manistee is our point of embarkation and provisioning stop on this part of our journey, following our shakedown cruise up to Pentwater. It's a bit of a rainy day. It's going to blow later on, so we've got to get moving here in a bit. I've got groceries to pick up and a story to tell about forgetting things. Yeah. I forgot my camera bag at home, so I had to turn around and go back and get my camera bag, which was a real drag. No way to start a journey. And I need brakes. Yeah, you should be able to hear me scratching my disc. It should be smooth as the top of my head, but it's not. I need brakes. So I'm going to leave this car and then sail up and at some point get it serviced, but with 335,000 miles on this beast, it doesn't really owe me anything. Oh, that's a good looking Jeep right there. I'll tell you the story about my acquisition of the Jeep somewhere up the road, and, well, you get the symbolism here, don't you? We like Manistee. We like Manistee a lot. Manistee is an underrated town. It's got a lot of history and it's really pretty, but it's also the home of the world famous Ramsdell Theater. What makes it world famous? Well, this is the childhood home of James Earl Jones. Yeah, that James Earl Jones. He learned to act here. A bit of a late start for our next journey up to the North Channel of Canada. This is a very remote area. I really think it's going to compare favorably to the Bahamas. I really, really do. You think I'm crazy? I'm not. I think the Sea of Abaco felt a lot like the Great Lakes. I can't help it. It reminds me of Lake Superior. Isles with, some shrubbery on them. Nothing fancy. Small shrubbery. and looking forward to seeing some rocks and islands and hills and having some good biking territory. Anyway, it's great to be back. Another season. You know it, baby. Been to the Bahamas. That was great. Don't want to give up sailing for the summer. Where does one go during hurricane season? Let's hit the Great Lakes, shall we? And let's make northern Lake Huron our destination. Let's go to some small islands, small towns, lots of rocky coves that look like Maine in Canada. Shall we? I'm all for it. Thanks for joining me. Feeling good, feeling good, feeling good. The Bahamas, great trip, glad I did it. Want to keep sailing, here I am. A bit of a fluky wind. I'm going a diagonal course to the waves. And so, yeah, getting pushed around a little bit, but making good time. We have a small craft advisory coming up later in the afternoon, early evening. And I think we can make it to Frankfurt. Frankfurt is cute. You're going to like it. Let's see if I can get some drone shots. I've got a new drone, Buzz 2. Buzz 1 bit it. That crash in the Bahamas took a toll. He flew a little bit after that, but not much. So we had to replace Buzz, and I don't know that I need another nickname for my drone other than Buzz. By the way, that's not Buzz Lightyear, that's Buzz Aldrin, the second person to walk on the moon, behind Neil Armstrong. Yeah, this is great. Beautiful day, beautiful day. We're going to make our way up to Canada, fight some black flies probably. I'll be using some special equipment that may bring a smile to your face. And we'll just see what sort of adventures we can have instead of putting this boat up on the hard in Florida waiting for the next season. Yeah, more fun ahead. Looking good. We'll be getting into dune country soon. Arcadia Bluffs golf course is over my shoulder. Pretty she place for people to hang out and hit balls. It's beautiful. Just north of Arcadia, getting into Frankfurt. Huge cliffs, they're not cliffs. Huge dunes on the seashore here. Huge dunes on the lakeshore here. Someone's following me. Inconceivable. Just some local fishermen in eel-infested waters. Just offshore from the cliffs of insanity. Yeah, I'm a Princess Bride fan. Good old movie. Welcome to Frankfurt. The wind picked up as I was coming in the last couple of hours. Yeah, the main up definitely helped me to scoot. We'll go into, I think this is Platte Lake. The Platte River flows out here. We'll drop the sail in there. I'll have to drop the anchor and drop the sail. Good times. Just ghost on in with the wind.
Location. U.S. Coast Guard St. Louis, Michigan. U.S. Coast Guard St. Louis, Michigan. U.S. Coast Guard St. Louis, Michigan. Time 1413 Old Sky. 1913 Greenwich Mean Time. Coast Guard has received the report. 01, 6 foot 1 inch white male with facial hair and blue shirt in water in vicinity of Sleeping Bear Bay of Glen Arbor, Michigan. Any vessels trailing in the area are requested to keep a sharp lookout as soon as possible and make any reports to the Coast Guard unit. is US Coast Guard St. Louis, Michigan, out.
It's always fun to just sail in. Not always possible. And there's a bit of a risk, but not today. The wind is nice right here. The risk would be that the wind would die tonight. The risk would be that the wind would die and I would need to fire up the engine, but this is nice. I'll drift a little bit and then drop anchor. Cool old Coast Guard station here. Cute place. Let's see if I can find a good place to anchor. Wind will be from the north tonight. It's from the south right now. So I'll need a little bit of room to swing around. Yeah. Frankfurt's history goes back to 1867 when it was a lumber port and they did some fishing there too. It's been known to be a hangout for old gangsters, and it's a really cool place if you're looking for that special car that happens to be a 1972 Cutlass Supreme. It's great to see a fellow sailor in such a sweet ride. How long have you had it, Brady?
It's been my grandfather's for about 40 years now.
Oh my God, driving Grandpa's car, that's fantastic. That's the other end of the spectrum. I think that's about a 65 Falcon maybe. I think this is the El Capone house. I've got to look into it. Rumor has it Al Capone hung out here when he was trying to avoid the law back in Chicago. And there are lots of stories about the houses here having tunnels underneath them so he could stay in contact with his gang as they summered here. Cool place, Frankfurt. Let's get some drone shots, shall we? The good anchorage area in Betsy Bay stretches for more than a half mile. It's beautiful and very secure, but you won't want to spend all your time on the water there. Trust me, getting into town is worth it. The famous highway that runs along the coast here in Leelanau County is M22, and I'll probably get an M22 hat or shirt before I leave here. But Tom was telling me that they've got 30A in the panhandle of Florida that's just about as cute.
There you go, 30A. Being pretty good.
No. That's okay. Come over here, Lucy. Hi, Lucy. How are you? Tom and Lucy.
Oh, Lucy. Wait a little, girl.
Tom has one of these beautiful historic houses in Frankfurt, and I just couldn't resist stopping by and saying hi because Lucy was sitting there so kindly. This is just such a nice town. It's so beautiful and just reminds me of, so many East Coast towns, and very comfortable, very easy to sail here and drop the hook and be here for weeks. All right, I'll try not to get run over here. And as a guy who needs his exercise, the 22-mile-long Betsy Valley Trail makes this place even more special. Yeah, cool bike path. Fabulous day. Fabulous day. Nothing beats a nice old rail to trail bike trail. But I have been known to take on something a bit more gnarly when I do get the chance.
Grouse!
After a great sail and a long bike ride, it's nice to just sit on anchor, but the morning would start early for me because, hey, we're headed north. I know, you can't see anything, but Ghosting along before daybreak is great. Moving along at about 5.8. Left at 4:30 and feeling good. No waves, light winds. They're a little bit fluky, but I'm enjoying the beautiful morning. I hope you're enjoying wherever you are too, whatever time of day you are watching. Normally I wouldn't have the deck light on, but you wouldn't be able to see me at all if I didn't. And I guarantee that when daybreak arrives during our next adventure, you're really going to enjoy yourself. So thanks for joining me this time, and I'll see you again soon.